At the end of August, Huawei's operation of selling Mate 60 Pro before it was released caused a sensation in the technology circle, the digital industry, and even domestic and foreign media. The release of this phone is of great significance. It is not only a symbol of the return of Huawei's flagship phone, but also a sign of major technological breakthroughs in Chinese technology. Many Teardown bloggers have confirmed that the Mate 60 Pro is equipped with Huawei's self-developed Kirin 9000S chip. The United States could not hold back. After dismantling Huawei mobile phones, the American media had to say this. The sensation caused by Mate 60 Pro. Among the US sanctions imposed on Huawei, its smartphone business has been relatively severely affected. At its peak, Huawei surpassed Apple and Samsung to become the world's largest smartphone manufacturer and had absolute influence in the global market. The consumer business, which consists of smartphones, contributes half of Huawei's revenue. But the more this happens, the more urgent the United States is to suppress it. The United States restricts Huawei from using American technology. Since many of Huawei's smartphones use American chips, operating systems, and application software, these sanctions directly affect Huawei's mobile phone production and sales. In the face of sanctions, Huawei's attitude is very clear, choosing to face difficulties and accept all challenges. Facts have proved that Huawei has done it, and Mate 60 Pro is the report card that Huawei has delivered. Huawei put the Mate 60 Pro mobile phone on the shelves without any publicity, but the popularity of this phone was not affected. Instead, it continued to ferment on the internet platform, and I learned about this phone through word of mouth. Especially after learning that the Mate 60 Pro is equipped with Huawei's self-developed Kirin 9000S chip, it caused a huge sensation, and the Kirin chip returned to the public eye after many years. And after multiple confirmations, it has been determined that the Kirin 9000S chip is produced in mainland China and is not a stock chip manufactured by TSMC. In addition, although Mate 60 Pro does not display 5G signal information, it reaches the level of 5G network speed. Yu Chengdong once regretted that Huawei, as a 5G leader, could not produce 5G mobile phones. Now Huawei's regret has been made up for. Mate 60 Pro not only caused a sensation in China, but also the American media couldn't hold back. U.S. media's statement. The U.S. media Bloomberg published an article analyzing the Mate 60 Pro chip. It cooperated with the U.S. technology consulting company TechInsight, and after dismantling the Huawei Mate 60 Pro mobile phone, it came to a conclusion that the chip of the mobile phone was manufactured in mainland China. The U.S. media had to say something like this: China is making progress in building a local chip ecosystem. Whether the United States is willing to admit it or not, the fact is that China has mastered independent Kirin chip manufacturing capabilities, and its performance level is not as good as that of Snapdragon. Dragon 888 is poor, and even the CPU performance is better than Snapdragon 888, second only to Snapdragon 8 Gen 1. China continues to draw closer to the most advanced chip level of the United States, and this is achieved without relying on American technology. In order to restrict the development of China's semiconductors, the United States has exhausted various blockade methods. The U.S. media doubts whether the blockade implemented by the United States is effective. Finally, Bloomberg concluded that China's goal of self-sufficiency in the key field of semiconductors is getting closer. It is worth mentioning that an interesting phenomenon has appeared on the Internet. U.S. Secretary of Commerce Raimondo has virtually become the spokesperson of the Mate 60 Pro mobile phone. During Raimondo's visit to China at the end of August, Huawei Mate 60 Pro happened to go on sale without any warning. Many netizens joked that Raimondo came to attend the Huawei Mate 60 Pro launch conference. As a result, various pictures of Raimondo endorsing Huawei's Mate 60 Pro mobile phone were circulated on the Internet. Although everyone knew that they were from P, they were all the best counterattacks for Raimondo to suppress Huawei. Raimondo said that if Huawei continues to invest in high-tech research and development, it will be punished more severely. As a result, the Mate 60 Pro is equipped with the Kirin 9000S chip, and it also supports 5G network capabilities. It can be said that you can hear thunder in a silent place. No matter how Raimondo threatens, it will not shake Huawei's unwavering determination to self-research. Bill Gates was right. The United States' restrictions on Chinese semiconductors are not over. Although Raimondo said that he will continue to ship chips to China, it does not include the top ones. From the perspective of the United States, the Chinese market is indispensable, so it needs to do business with China. But if China has a strong technological force, it will easily shake the leading position of the United States, and the United States will lose the opportunity to do business by then. It can only be said that the United States has taken the wrong path from the very beginning, and the Chinese market has always remained open. As long as American companies operate in compliance, nothing will happen. But if the United States decides to take the restrictive route, China will definitely stick to the goal of self-research. Bill Gates was right. When the United States insisted on imposing restrictions, Bill Gates said that this would make China self-sufficient in chips, and the United States would lose many high-paying jobs. Bill Gates' words have been fulfilled. Kirin 9000S chips are manufactured in mainland China. A series of processes such as design, manufacturing, packaging and testing are completed through the local supply chain, achieving self-sufficiency without relying on American technology. However, large-scale layoffs have occurred in American companies, with thousands or tens of thousands of layoffs at every turn, and more Americans have lost their high-paying jobs. They could have lived a good life. As long as American companies could trade freely with the Chinese market, the chip orders released by China could effectively increase the sales of foreign suppliers. On the contrary, since you can't buy American chips, you can make them yourself, and you can also develop the restricted technologies yourself. It is reported that the localization rate of Huawei Mate 60 Pro has reached 90%, which is the most localized mobile phone in the Chinese smartphone industry in history. From cameras to screen glass, to chips, operating systems, etc., all of them are domestic technologies. I believe that with the efforts of Huawei and domestic manufacturers, China's technology will surely make greater progress. If you agree with the views of this video, please like it, welcome to repost, leave a message and share it.